हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू ग्लोबल मैक्रो एंड मार्केट डिस्कशन विद एसडी। मैं हूं एसडी शानंद दास, मल्टी एसेट ट्रेडिंग एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट स्पेशलिस्ट। ये जो वीडियो इन दिस वीडियो आई एम गोइंग टू लुक एट और दिस इज एन अपडेट ऑफ द recessionary cycle that I have said many times. We are in a recessionary cycle. A cycle typically has three phases. First phase is very bullish for equity market that I call the euphoria phase. Second phase is the crash phase, which is the down phase for the equity market. And finally, the buy phase, that is buying the bottom after a major recession. Currently, as per model, we are in the second phase, and the phase just started around September, and it was surprising. The moment the phase entered, equity market saw a big move down. However, once again, it has come up, which is signaling the possibility of the cycle that each of the leg will be very much extended, because the first leg was very long in length. First phase, agar similar length aa raha hai to second phase going to be very strong as well. And if that hypothesis agar true hai, then definitely the current rally could be a bear market rally. So let's focus further, और मैं दिखाना चाहता हूँ which are the not just technical analysis, which factors I have been focusing on. मैं highlight किया था कि इस बार के recession के लिए I'm closely watching three factors. One is China weakness that is yet to unfold but can unfold क्योंकि US pressure बढ़ा रहा है चाइना के ऊपर and more Chinese exports are cut. The impact will be felt in the domestic market. So Chinese market has been significantly weak. This is macro micro. I use this particular website for my macro analytics. This is my most favorite website regarding macro. They are beautiful data aggregator. And जो लोग मेरे स्टूडेंट है याद रखिएगा, you can go get up to I think 67%, not up to 67% discount when you subscribe. And I don't have any monetary relationship with them, but we have established a friendly relationship. Now, regarding macro micro, one factor, as I said, is China. The two other factors has been geopolitics, which is already ongoing: Russia-Ukraine war, Iran-Israel conflict, US participating and bombing Iran's nuclear website. All this part of geopolitics. And the third and the most important factor which I was worried about is the interest rates. These three factors are, and very likely combination or could be one of them can trigger the event. So far I cannot pinpoint any other possibilities at the moment. तो इस रिगार्डिंग मैं आप लोगों को कुछ डेटा दिखाना चाहूंगा. हाउ एम आई कीपिंग अ चेक ऑन द सिचुएशन, because the news, they are not reliable and very volatile. मैं एक बार शिपिंग रूट्स के ऊपर ऑलवेज नजर रखता हूं. फॉर एग्जांपल, लेट मी टेक यू टू द सुएज कैनाल, एंड यू कैन सी एज रेड सी में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुआ था, that there was a massive drop in the volume and number of ships passing through the Suez Canal. Now let's go to a map and get to Suez Canal, and let me show you what this situation is. In the Arabian Peninsula, in one side is the Red Sea, Gulf of Aden, where Yemen and Houthi rebels have created havoc. So the number of ships passing through this Suez Canal channel has significantly fallen, as you can see, from December 2023. And now the situation is here, Strait of Hormuz. This particular area is the Strait of Hormuz. This particular portion, the Iran has bigger control over स्ट्रेट ऑफ हरमास, तो ये फियर किया गया था कि ये जो ईरान इजराइल टेंशन नाउ इंक्लूडेड यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स, Iran could go for a trump card, that is closing the Strait of Hormuz, through which almost 20% of global oil and 80% of Asia's oil, including India and China, comes. So there was strong speculation कि ये स्ट्रेट बंद हो सकता है, though I don't think ये बंद होगा, very unlikely, extreme war situation it may, but if it closes, it is bad for Iran as well. China would not want the strait closed. India would not want the strait closed. Both India and China are better friends of Iran. So closing this channel would mean jeopardizing friends like China. I don't think that is very easily going to happen. Also, if they close the strait and the oil price goes up, there will be a greater need or highlight by US and Israel that we have a rogue regime in Iran. So overall, I personally don't see that it is immediately could be closing the Strait of Hormuz, but I will keep a regular check through Strait of Hormuz daily transit calls, the way I kept a check on the development of Suez Canal. This is मेरे हिसाब से much better. Data is about 1 or 2 days slightly delayed from EN macro micro, but that's sufficient. If I apply the daily transit calls, the ships who wants to pass through, and if I look at data of the ships, there is no significant change can be seen. Some volume, only marginal drop, nothing unusual is happening so far in the Strait of Hormuz. So geopolitics can play an important role, but as geopolitics are not a great trend changing signal, they often turn out to be buy support opportunities, mean these sudden geopolitical events. Now this geopolitical event जो हम लोग pass through कर रहे हैं, like is Iran Israel conflict, the Russia Ukraine war, इनके ऊपर मेरा नजर तो रहेगा ही. But largely, I had said this before in my class as well as in my social profile. When everybody thinks that something will happen, it usually does not. So crude dropped, and that is I'll consider as significantly positive news, because one of the main factor I have been worried about, this is a big drop, very big drop, and as well as weekly chart notable drop, and this is very positive news for if I consider the long term rates. As crude dives, long term rates, interest rate has dived too, and this is really positive news. If interest rates really going up, that is the time I will be very worried. So overall, I remain cautious as we are in recessionary cycle phase 2. But I will participate to time the market. Fundamental is not for timing. To time the market, what I use is my rainbow setup, and through which I look at the overall market situation. I will have a quick look at the international market, like S&P in the weekly chart, bullish, significantly bullish, looking like it will be breaking into all-time high. Significantly bullish. Daily chart is bullish as well. Let me show the line first. Yeah, it is bullish significantly. In rainbow as well, it is bullish. I'll have to change the setup to index for the correct result, as it is slightly deviating. Yes. So S&P made a strong comeback. Let's look at Nasdaq. If Nasdaq made a strong comeback or not, adjust. Yes, Nasdaq made a strong comeback so far. Let's look at the weekly chart. Overall positive. Let's look at Australia situation. In the weekly chart, equity market overall positive, but Australia going through slight correction. So far, I'll say Australia so far witnessing slight correction. Next, we have Nikkei. Let's look at the Nikkei. Nikkei is bullish overall daily chart. It has broken above important support. सामने और भी strong resistance, but overall एक base बना रहा है. It's not looking bearish yet. We can look at Hong Kong, which is trying to come back. Hong Kong into strength after being battered for long. Singapore, let's look at our market, Nifty 500. Remove the drawing. Overall has been bullish, but it has been struggling, not significantly bullish. To choose karna chahiye, very picky about stock, only the strong stocks will remain. Let's look at some of the index in Europe. Europe is undergoing a correction. This is Spanish index IBEX 35. थोड़ा बड़ा ही correction दिया था. Let's look at London, UK market, यानी FTSE 100. No, Europe market looks pretty weak. How about Germany? Let's look at the German situation daily. Not so healthy, some range bound. So Europe looks more range bound. Some opportunities in Asia. US market looks strong as the latest strike by US on Iran had once again started to establish the superior position of the United States in terms of military. So overall market ka situation also is not significantly bearish. Sab bhag mat jayega, but be cautious as we are in a recessionary cycle. Last, what I will do is take a look at the risk master, overall risk master, and its daily chart is much safer compared to last few days का जो data हम लोग witness किए थे, and 125 minutes I'll apply for best result on either S&P or Nifty. So let's apply it on Nifty. Similar, कोई major difference नहीं आता है. But best result के लिए I do that. So global, it's overall much safer. 125 minutes daily, I'll say much safer compared to previously all turned red. So this is very, very good news. The risk has significantly declined. Overall market में calmness आ गया है. Some of the strong stocks I'm expecting to continue to outperform and go up. And मेरा नजर continuous will remain on these three factors: China weakness and their debt blow up. Second is the geopolitics, which may influence assets as well as crude oil price. And the third and the most important factor for me is the interest rates. Thank you friends. I hope ये वीडियो आप लोगों को पसंद आया. अगर पसंद आया, small video अगर पसंद आया, don't forget to put a thumbs up. All the best from my side, and as always, happy trading.